Okay, this is for a continuation of the 070 build. I'm going to point out that it was pointed out. Do you see that half moon at the bottom of the screen? That's your impulse channel, and you see how close that is to the gasket that's on there. You can trim the gasket. You can take a Dremel and take out a little of that material. Really all you need to do is set the gasket on there and see where you stand. But if you wind up like that, definitely take action. You might put some Durco on the gasket to hold it in place. There's a few ways you could go with that. But I'm sure not all cylinders are affected. But when you're getting ready to install it, take a look. It's sort of like looking at your piston and making sure that the two pins are on the right side of the piston, which would be on the cool side. Okay, so I believe that we're going to look next at what the hold-up's been for me. Under this stator plate, on top of the seals, steel has a felt washer, and that wasn't in the kit. I have since advised FarmerTec so they can fix it if they want to. I got that. That's a Husky part. It'll work fine. I did order it from Steel, and it's on back order, and I don't want to wait, so I'll just have a felt piece, and if I ever have to take it off, I'll replace it. But that'll make me happy as that stands there. And then I'm going to install it in the middle, centered, the plate there. I'll screw that down straight up and down. The flywheel's going to have 4 magnets on it. It's not having to line up 2. And they took the the points away and using a magneto, so there is no technical data available on that, not even to the steel technicians. Before there would be a mark, a timing mark, but they don't require a timing mark anymore. And you would install that plate according to the timing mark on it, plus any adjustments that you made to the gap on the points. I'm showing you that the wires are routed down through that hole, or the kill switch wire, and under it and out the back of the case. And then of course the coil wire comes down off the bottom of the coil and up where my fingers are and out the back of the case. So I'm gonna tighten that stator plate down now. That is the Woodruff key, and it's a whopper. So I'm going to fumble around a little bit right now and try and get it in the hole. It's a tight fit, of course. This way you'd want it. While I'm doing that, I'll tell you that in that little brown paper bag there, I've got the plate to do the pressure test, over the carburetor. I think I got it from Steel, and it might have been $9. I wish the guy that made the plate for the exhaust on the 660 that I got on eBay, I wish they had a plate available to cover the exhaust port so that I could put a sealing, the rubber piece. I think they call them a sealing plate in there to do the pressure test. I haven't found one yet. I'm going to make one. You got away from me. It's tough to get it. You want it so that it's even. I wonder if even's the right word. A flat. Yeah, even, flat, because you're going to slide the flywheel down on it. It can't be hiked up on that end. And there you see 4 magnets. I notice that there is a large gap between the base of the flywheel and where the nut's going to go. So I realize that there has to be a sleeve, and that's what I'm looking for. There you go. I knew that was for something. And I believe that is a 10x1 right hand thread nut. You're going to want it, on the other side it's going to have a 10x1 left hand thread nut, but they're different colors. That one is black, and the other will be packed in a little bag by itself. So don't let that get away from you. That's really important. You can find these in a 660 kit or on their website, but currently that other nut is not listed, but just very few places. And it's currently on back order with Steel. Now I can't tighten that because I don't have the cylinder on yet, but that's okay. I will come back and we'll tighten everything up. Now that's a cooling fan, and you're going to use 5M by 16 screws. You know, it's got the micro encapsulated Loctite on it. And those screws actually go down in compartments between the magnets, so they don't touch anything. If you had to use an 18, you know, or a 20 because you were out of 16s for some strange reason, you could do it. Because that made me curious, having that having, you know, screws involved in something that rotates real fast, like the flywheel and the cooling fan's going to do. Now that cooling fan will drive the governor, which I believe you saw over there. That's how it works up enough wind to actually control the throttle, which it does a really good job of. I'm sorry, I like a neat workspace. I can't. I noticed myself reaching over and pushing that stuff out of the way. See the governor there? Yeah. Now, this is going to be another step when we work on that side. Thanks for watching. I hope that's helpful.